Well, for everybody that doesn't know, I am headed to the Rubicon Trail a week from Friday, and a little paranoid, probably way too much about what I need to bring. I'm going to bring a generator and a welder, and I'm going to throw some spare axle shafts that I have in the back. These are G2 Chromoly axle shafts. They're actually really good. I have the same thing already in there, but when I bought the axles, they came with these spares. So these were set up for drum brakes, and what we're going to do is we're going to convert them from drum brake, which the axles are the same, it's just the bearing retainers, the only thing is different. So this retainer holds the seal and the bearing in. That's for a drum brake. This one, as you can see with this collar, is made for the disc brake because it recesses in there a little bit. This is the part number of the bearing. If I can get the thing to zoom, there we go. So that, if you bought two of those, which I got two, and when you go to remove these, this assembly is held onto the axle with this pressed on retainer, and it is a chore to get off and a chore to get on. You will need a press, and the correct way to do it is to cut that. Don't get into your axle. You can see I didn't cut all the way through, but I got enough where I could get it to crack. It's hard to tell. Same thing with the bearing race. Don't get into the axle. Trim it, but don't trim all the way through. You don't want to score up your axle. This was an old trick I learned from my dad years ago. But then you get a cold chisel, bust that, it'll come loose. Make sure you assemble it right. You have to have the retainer on the correct way. That collar presses in. There's a seal, and then you got to make sure that the taper is out. This actually, this race will actually slide off if you're not careful, and you don't want that to happen. But you can see after they get used, and this will be held on by the axle shaft itself when you press it in, or when you put it in the vehicle, and then the bolts and nuts will go through here. They're a chore to get everything lined up, to get everything to go in there. You got to work through these holes right here to do it, and of course when you got monster hands and those little spots, it makes it a chore. But anyway, I'm throwing two axles in the truck. I'm also going to take a spare set of wheels. My spare is going to be a 35. I'm not real happy with that, but that's what I got. I got 4 other really good 35s I got from a friend off Texas Off-Road, Texas Freedom Off-Road in Abilene a few years ago. Those tires are actually awesome, but they're 35s. I'm running these 38s, which I also bought from a guy that recently passed away at Texas Freedom Off-Road. They're not real good shape, but I bought them to do the Rubicon. I bought them to wheel, and then when I tear them up, I wanted to make sure I had everything geared right, that we would go with another set. And man, these things have been hard to find, but so far they've been really good tires. I run less than 10 pounds in them. I am running G2 axles that I built. This was not an easy chore because they're built to order, and every one of them's different. East Coast Gear Supply worked with me a great deal on getting the correct parts for those axles, but at least I got 44s under there. I don't bang on my stuff very hard. I got skid plates, I got spares. I actually got a spare front unit. I got spare U-joints. I think for the most part I probably got way too many spares, but I don't want to go all the way to California, break down, and then drive all the way back. That's a long drive. It's going to take me, we're planning 3 days to drive out there. So anyway, here's how you do it to convert drum brake Dana 44 axles to disc brake 44 axles.